What is up everyone, Tenha here. Today we're gonna talk about some very bizarre build that was suggested by one of the YouTube comments. They asked me, hey Tenha, have you ever thought about using Thundering Fury set on YELAN so that you can infinitely use E? I was like, And then also, at the same time, some of the content creators were like, whoa, that's gonna be fun! But we will see if it's actually worth it or not. And because a lot of the people who's watching this video would probably not have C6, so I'm gonna be testing it out on my C0 YELAN. So in the previous video, we found out that YELAN is a very solid character that can be used for a pyro DPS support. And meanwhile, her E was doing a reasonable amount of damage here and there, so that some people were saying, why would you ever compare YELAN with Xingqiu and say that she has weak hydro application? It is to tell you and to stop people from pulling for YELAN if you actually don't need her. And a lot of the people these days are saying that if you're using YELAN, you must use her with Xingqiu. It is not false. If you're actually coming up with a YELAN team, I would probably pair her up with Kazuha, YELAN, I would add Xingqiu, and then whatever character you need, especially when you're using that for Spear Abyss, you want to use that important element in order for you to break down those shields. Who knows what kind of elements they're gonna put in the Spear Abyss, the Lectors, the Heralds, who knows? Anyways, so in this video, I would show you side by side whether if it's better for you to go for Fate set or Thundering Fury set. So we're gonna be testing it on level 699 talents, and if you take a look at her E, her cooldown is 10 seconds. And if you take a look at Thundering Fury's 4P set, it says, increases damage caused by overloaded, electrocharged, and superconduct by 40%. Triggering such effects decreases elemental skill cooldown by 1 second. Can only occur once every 0.8 seconds. So if you think about this, her cooldown is 10 seconds. And if it takes 0.8 seconds for me to decrease the cooldown by 1 second, I'm gonna have to guess that we cannot have her out in the field so long. We're gonna have to see if she can be off field and still have this Thundering Fury effect triggered by her Q. But before we get started, we would probably have to compare her damage between the Fate set and the Thundering Fury set. We're gonna be using Kazuha with 1000 EM so that we can see the damage difference as we're doing showcase here and there. And then also, my Thundering Fury set is not farmed. Okay, I repeat myself. I spent about a month trying to get some nice Thunder Fury sets, and I couldn't get anything. So, the whole important thing about this video is that whether if Thundering Fury set can be used by YELAN. Okay, luckily, we're gonna be using attack percentage bonus so that it's not gonna be affecting any of those damage. Okay, so her E does 24k about. And then with Kazuha E's roll, we do 47k damage, which is pretty moderate. And her E damage is not affected by Fate set. That means, if by any chance you have a very nice Thundering Fury set, you're gonna be doing this kind of damage with her E. And it would be super nice if you can actually spam her E. But can we actually do that? Or, I mean, we don't even need to spam her E. Can we use her E more often than just 10 seconds? If you can use YELAN's E every 5 seconds, that's gonna be a lot of damage for me. But then again, here is my question. If by any chance Thundering Fury works really well on YELAN, why haven't I heard anyone trying out Thundering Fury set on Xingqiu, right? So I'm a little skeptical about this. And then we're gonna move on to the Thundering Fury damage. Okay, so this is with Thunder Fury set. I'm gonna use E. And that does 15k damage. Wow, that's a lot of difference. And then with the Kazuha Swirl, I'm doing 33k damage. Nonetheless, that kind of damage is okay, and we're gonna go ahead and do some rotations. Okay, so what I'm trying to do here is I'm gonna be trying to trigger as many electrocharge as possible with YELAN on field so that we can see the decrease of the cooldown. Because if I don't have YELAN out in the field, I would not have a good sense of time. So here it is. So as far as it goes, I think YELAN is doing an okay job with Xingqiu. You're showing off Hydro with Kazuha, and then you're doing extra damage with your Xingqiu. So I would say that my Xingqiu is okay, so that's why it is looking all fine. My Beidou is not really well built, but it is still okay. Okay, so as far as I can see, I don't think this is working out really great. Because when I have YELAN out in the field, and because my YELAN is C0, my auto attack is not really doing anything here. So, what I can probably do or tweak this team for is probably I can either try to use Chongyun or I can probably use Bennett C6. I know that a lot of you guys don't like it, but if I have to use Thunder Fury, I think using Bennett is gonna be the play. A lot of the people are using 4-piece Noblesse set on Bennett because they want to have the one and only support that does everything. Does DPS, sub DPS. He also does a lot of damage using his Q. He can also heal. He's like the best character here. But if you were to use Bennett with YELAN, I would say that you want to use Crimson Witch set instead of Noblesse. And for Bennett using his Q, right? This is gonna be really, really nice. And for those of you guys who has Bennett C6 and by any chance pulled for YELAN, I think it is worth for me to try out for those people who are regretting C6ing their Bennett. So in this part of the video, we're gonna see if Thunder Fury set can affect her cooldown while she's not on the field. So I see it's gonna be 10 seconds. Okay, I can see that it's not being affected. Thunder Fury set is not really worth it, I would say. And if anything, it would probably worth it. It would be a very, very meme build just for those people who doesn't have anything to do and you have C6 YELAN. And you probably know why if you had watched my previous video. If you're still wondering, if you have no idea what I'm talking about, you can probably go to my YELAN complete guide video. There's a link on the top right of the video. Make sure you check it out, leave a like and comment. So after C6 YELAN uses her Q, all of YELAN's normal attacks will be special breakthrough barbs. And it does 156% of normal breakthrough barbs damage. And then you can do this either 5 times or you can last 20 seconds. But in this case, you're going to be using 5 normal attack like that. And then have rotations come back and you can use your E again, have your Q up, do some rotations. You can do some electro charge, you can do some superconduct and so on in order for you to decrease the cooldown for your E. And which in case, I don't think you'd need Thunder Fury set at this point because you're going to be doing so much damage even with Fate set. So the moral of this video is that Thunder Fury set on YELAN, it's not so good. It works because it helps you do stuff here and there. But the problem is, YELAN has to be on the field doing all those reactions. By having C0 YELAN out in the field for a long time, it's a DPS loss. However, like I have mentioned in this video, I would say that one of the best team member for YELAN, ironically, would be Bennett. It is not to buff YELAN, of course, all her damage is scaling off of HP, right? But the whole point is to use Bennett as the healer and do damage. Before we end this video, I'm gonna go ahead and show you how it'd be like if I use Bennett as a DPS using YELAN and Xingqiu. Probably I would add Xiangling just because Xiangling is like the best pair for Bennett. But you can probably replace Xiangling with some other element that you probably need for Spirit Abyss. Up until now, if you thought this video was helpful or entertaining, I don't know what part of this video was entertaining, just me doing some stupid experiments. I don't know, man, but I had a lot of fun making this video, so make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel. And let's get down to the showcase. To be honest, I would probably use Kazuha, but just because I said that I'm gonna be using Xiangling, let's use Xiangling. Alright, you guys ready? Okay. Oh, what an iframe. Nice. And this is why, if you don't have enough damage, you should probably go for energy charge on Bennett because rotation on Bennett is quite OP. Like by using your burst, right, you can actually dodge things. Okay, you know, my rotation is all screwed up. You know, I would probably go for more energy recharge on Bennett, but hey, you know, if I had Kazuha, there would have been no problem. I'm not trying to blame this on my skills, okay? Okay, anyways, you get my point, right? I was supposed to prove a point, but that part just kind of looked like a meme to me. If you guys thought it was just a troll, you can probably just go with the Pyro DPS and 1 Hydro support, or you can just do Xingqiu and YELAN. Because Xingqiu, his C2, I believe if you had been playing Genshin Impact for a long time, then you probably have the C2 of Xingqiu. But this decreases the Hydro res of the opponent hit by sword rain attacks by 15% for 4 seconds. So this is why having Xingqiu is going to benefit for your YELAN. But even if you don't have that, you probably have enough damage. Just get some nice artifacts. It's fun for Fate Set Domain, just for your future Raiden Shogun if you don't have her. If you do have Raiden Shogun, you can probably go there and try to improve her artifacts that you have right now. Anyways, I hope you guys had a lot of fun watching this video. I hope you guys learned something like I did. I'm not gonna go for a Thundering Fury set. I would probably do that. I would totally recommend that for C6 R5 people, but not for people who has C0, okay? Make sure you leave a like and comment what you think about YELAN so far, and subscribe for more videos like this, and I'll see you guys next time. Adios.